And welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you're all having a great day. Here today, we have another 5-year rebuild. This time, we will be rebuilding the Minnesota Vikings. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you're all having a great day. Please leave a like, comment down below what you thought of today's action, and don't forget to subscribe. Well, Minnesota Vikings, and where the hell is Justin Jefferson? Well, we're rebuilding the Minnesota Vikings. Is Justin Jefferson injured or something? I have no idea. But we're rebuilding the Minnesota Vikings today, and we're trying to get this team to a Super Bowl. The first initial look at this roster, and again, I guess Jefferson's injured right now. Possibly, maybe, who knows. The first thing that you have to recognize is that this team is only gonna get slightly, we gotta figure out quarterback very early on. Kirk Cousins here is 5 years old, and he's gonna be a quality starter. If we're gonna win games, it's because of number 8. If not, then we'll have to see. You know, they drafted Jordan Addison here in the first round. He's an excellent playmaker. I'm excited to have him on this team. He'll be an excellent number 2 wherever the hell Justin Jefferson is, and you can't talk about a Minnesota Viking rebuild without him. Thankfully, with this offensive line, all of our starters here are star dev, and we have 2 in the 87s, and we have TJ Hawkinson. But a lot of this rebuild will be primarily focused on this defense here. We got to help out this front 3. We got to help out this linebacking core besides Danielle Hunter. We got to figure out this secondary here with Andrew Booth. You know, Lewis Cine will start. Just got to get all these young players playing. You know, Andrew Booth will be moved up here. But, you know, this is going to be a fun rebuild. Let's get into today's action here. Let's start simming to the midseason point. And let's see how good or bad this Vikings team is. And we're 1-6. Through 7 football games here, and that's not good at all, and that kind of makes me want to trade a lot of our quality starters, though, you know, we're trying to get to a Super Bowl, and this is kind of one thing that, you know, doing these now, I've done like maybe 10 of them, you know, it always takes us until like year 4 for us to kind of get going here, and I think that, you know, trying to keep as many quality young starters makes more sense than ever. Now, we have $99 million to work with. You know, we have Danielle Hunter here, Cam Akers, KJ Osborne here, Cleveland here. We have some quality starters. We have a lot of positional groups that I don't really want to think about, and we have Kirk Cousins to think about. Let's start here with Danielle Hunter. I want to keep Hunter for the remaining of this rebuild strictly because of the fact that then I do not have to think about pass rusher. Danielle does sign the 5-year extension. Cam Akers here for just 2 years. Absolutely, I'll keep him. You know, we don't have to commit to him at all. And then I would like to keep KJ Osborne. I think he would be an excellent number 3 receiver. We can always find a different receiver if needed. Cleveland here, same thing. I would like to have him for the remaining of this rebuild as well. You know, just a quality star dev player who will just slowly grow. And then Dalton Reisner here. We could theoretically do better, and I think we can do better. For the rest of these guys here, I don't think so. I think the only other consideration would be Jordan Hicks, but I think he's just going to continue to regress here. So I think we're just going to keep simming. We're going to look at year 1 as a wash. And yeah, we'll get into year number 2. I do want to let you guys know that this will be the last rebuild that I'm going to do for a little while now. After today's episode is posted, from here on out, we're going to be moving to the main franchise on this channel. That will be my major focus moving forward. As we do go 4-13, the only thing we could do was throw the football. Everything else, we were shitty on defense, shitty on offense. But after today's episode drops, I am going to start working on the new rebuild and getting ready for that. But we're rebuilding this Vikings team, and Kirk Cousins, 4,000 passing yards, 25 touchdowns, 10 picks. He has to do better. We have to find a new starting quarterback. Cam Akers, 705 touchdowns, not too bad at all. Jordan Addison, 13 and 1 touchdown. That's interesting. KJ Osborne here, 11 and 15 touchdowns. And Nikhil here, I guess for whatever reason, Justin Jefferson was injured throughout this whole season. I don't know. Well, Jefferson was injured. Fine. Without Jefferson, we're really nothing. Defensively, though, Danielle Hunter was Danielle Hunter. Dean here, he looked good. I mean, 20 tackles for loss. That's excellent. We got to find another pass rusher on this defense, and we got some good amount of picks actually. So let's get into year 2. Got a lot of work to do. We got to figure out quarterback. Kirk Cousins is not the answer for us. So yeah, let's get into year number 2 and start rebuilding this team. And here in year 1, the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Atlanta Falcons 35-14. Patrick Mahomes MVP of this Super Bowl. So KC does it again here versus an opponent that I don't think any of us expected here. So as we're now entering into the first off season, you know, where are holes on this team? Now, Jordan Addison here, did he go up a development trade and then regressed? That's really my question. He was, I guess he never won any other rewards. So Addison is just a star dev player. You know, I think on offense, you know, we got to figure out, you know, we're going to let Dalton Reisner walk. So guard will be a spot. Running back is still a spot. Quarterback is. Third receiver will be. Defensively, filling out this front 3. Getting a new off-ball linebacker. Maybe another corner, as Andrew Booth did go up to star dev. Yeah, I think, and even safety here. So plenty of moves to be made on defense, a few moves to be made on offense, and hopefully in the first free agency period we can figure that out. We have $75 million to work with. Obviously, we're going to pick up Christian Darisal's 5th-year option here. For Osborne here, he's just too expensive. Reisner, I would consider bringing back. You know, he's a 78, wouldn't really have to worry about. I mean, if he takes this 2-year deal, I would be more than happy. He rejects us, and that's okay. For the rest of these players here, I think we're going to move off of. Even Kirk Cousins. Yeah, I think we're going to go into open free agency with plenty of money, but also plenty of moves to be made, especially at the bottom of this roster. So yeah, this is the team right now as we're looking at it. You know, third receiver, running back, quarterback. We can't go with Nick Mullins. I mean, we could go with Ed Irving here, or Ingram here, excuse me. You know, he's young enough. He could probably handle it, and we could develop him a little bit. So offensive line is not that much of a pressing need, but it's still a need. And then everything on defense, anything in the front 7, anything in the secondary. We just have to improve this roster, and some of it, I think we have to be slightly aggressive in free agents, slightly not. Top free agent is Tyron Smith, Bobby Wagner. Not the best free agency class here. Start off here at quarterback. Well, we have Baker Mayfield out here, and that's about it. I mean, I don't want to try the Sam Darnold experiment again. We've already tried that. And we will have a top draft pick, a top tiered pick. So I don't think we need to focus in on it. Dante Peoples-Jones, we've tried that experiment before, and it has really not worked out. Isaiah Hodges, we have not tried that experiment, and we will here. We'll give him a 3-year contract and see if he will come and be our third receiver. Tight end, we're pretty set at. Right guard, I mean, you know, Cesar Ruiz here, we could bring in. I just don't see a reason. I think we got to focus mainly on this defense here and anything to help out this front, because we desperately needs to do so. DeMarcus Armstrong here, I think we're going to give him a 3-year contract and try to get him potentially to come over. A good nose tackle would also be nice. Not really seeing too many besides Michael Pierce. Josh Uchi here, 25 years old, but could he develop? That's the question. Though I did see Jordan Brooks, and Brooks is an off-ball linebacker that I would like to bring in, and I am willing to overpay for him just to be that quality linebacker that we desperately need. We need someone to go out there, make tackles for us, and play good in coverage. There's not really a corner out here, and I'm not seeing any other safety, so I think really, besides Josh Ochi here, sorry if I'm mispronouncing any sort of names. I am terrible at pronunciations. We'll give him a big contract to play opposite side of Danielle Hunter. Then Geno Stone. Yeah, I think we're, you know, and there really isn't any good punt. I mean, we'll give, I guess, Townsend a 4-year or 5-year contract here to be our punter. Why not? Come to this team. So we'll make 5 offers here, helping out mainly this defense here, especially, and hopefully we can get some new Vikings on this team. So we did get Tommy. So we got Tommy, we got a new punter, great. We got a new off-ball linebacker and a new pass rusher. So this should really help us out. We did not, though, get one player. Isaiah Hodges here is yet to make a decision. I don't remember who exactly we made a contract offer to. Okay, so Armstrong did decide to sign with the Texans. So defensive line is still in need. Really everything on the defense is still in need. So we're going to now turn to our second option here, Carl Lawson here. And we're going to go after DJ Jones here. Just on a couple 1-year deals. Trying to bring some new faces across this defensive line. That's really what we're trying to do. And hopefully we get Hodges here because he would be an excellent third receiver. And we did get all these players. I think this is enough moves. We'll roll over $30 million. Let's focus now on this draft class. Try to get our starting quarterback. That's our #1 priority here in this first draft class. Well, after a poor year 1, this will be the first draft class, and let's go check out this board here. We do know all of the quarterbacks in this draft class, and Adam Elfman here is the only 1-2 talent quarterback. He's fast, he has elite throw power, he can do a little bit of everything here. The injury concern is there, of course, and he's really the only guy that I would consider taking. Everyone else is bad. Though if you think about it from the standpoint of, you know, do we trade out of this 3rd overall pick? I don't think we do. We desperately need a quarterback. You know, I did look at Owens here, who looks like an excellent pass rusher. All around, he would be an excellent addition to the defense, but I just don't see us going in that direction. Then I looked at a couple of these corners in the back end. You know, Glenn here, he looks to be well-rounded. Same with Shields here. So, you know, if we can get one of these two guys, maybe with the 2nd round pick, then I would be very ecstatic here. But I hope with these first 2 selections, they don't go quarterback. There goes Owens, the top-tier pass rusher. And there goes the other good pass rusher. So we're going to draft the quarterback here. Adam Elfman. He's going to be our franchise quarterback for this rebuild, and you know, let's hope he comes out with a hidden dev, and he does. So hidden development, 94 throw power, can kind of move. The draft class said he was the fastest in the class, and 81 speed is not that elite. So not the fastest, but Adam will be our guy moving forward. So I'm going to head here to the 3rd round here, or the 2nd round, excuse me, and my only other selection that I'm going to be making. Did one of those 2 corners fall? And Shields did fall to us here. So Devontae Shields here with A-man, B-zone, B-press, 21 years old, fastest in the class, elite speed, elite good strength too. Can move around. Shields will be our selection here. 95 speed, hidden dev, 70 strength as well, if that's meaningful to you guys at all. But Shields will be our other selection here. So let's get to the recap now. Okay, let's go see if I really made the correct selection here. And we did. Oh my. So Adam here comes out as a 73 overall, new starting quarterback. Excited to have him on the team. No, he can move a little bit, but his accuracies are all in a solid spot here. Justin Jefferson will have himself a quality quarterback to throw to him. But Shields here is a 79 overall. We got a steal in the 2nd round. He will be a top tier cornerback. The CPU even drafted us a good rookie running back here with hidden development. You know, we'll see what he can do for a few seasons. Maybe he'll become our starter. And then we also got James Russell here, who can make some plays here as our fourth receiver, I guess. You know, of course we could have gone in a different direction in terms of the second or the third overall pick, but I think we went in the right direction. We did get one of the better players in this draft class in the second round, so I really can't be upset at all with this draft class. You know, we got our top tier quarterback, and we got a top tier corner. Not too upset at all. This will be the team entering into year 2. Of course, we have the rookie quarterback here. You know, the offense is coming along here. You know, we'll see if Cam Akers can develop here, but, you know, we have 3 solid receivers. We got quality offensive line. I don't see why we can't make a good jump. Defense looks like it's coming along pretty nicely here, especially with now in the secondary. You know, it's just now getting that more top end talent here, and you know, some of it's developing, some of it's getting that talent, as I just am week 1. So you know, we start off 1-0, so at least we're first place in the NFC North right now. And so far, halfway through the year, we're sitting pretty at 4-3, first place. So very good so far. Happy to see that. Now we just gotta continue trucking along here. We got some re-signing to do. I don't think we're gonna make too many trades. We have $47 million and got Justin Jefferson, Byron Murphy here, Harrison Phillip. But we all know that we gotta keep Justin Jefferson on this roster. You know, he's the guy. It doesn't matter what he wants, just stay here. We need you. He resigns. I think I really overpaid for him. For Byron Murphy, we'll give him a new extension here. And everyone else, you know, we don't have a lot of money anymore. I think I very much overpaid for Justin Jefferson. I have no idea how much money I gave him, but I gave him the house and more. Well, we were in first place, and it looks like that loss to Detroit in week 18 bumped us down, and we cannot make the postseason, and that's very much unfortunate here. Adam Elfman here, solid rookie year, a little worse than quarterback in, what's his name, Kirk Cousins. 22 touchdowns, 3,000 passing yards, not too bad. 1,100 yards, 7 for Akers. Adams also added 3 and 7 on the ground. Jefferson added 9 and 4. Isaiah Hodges added 8 and 8. J.J. Hawkinson added 6 and 2. And then, well, actually, Jefferson only had 5 and 7. What? Why? How? Do I just have to put him in the slot? I guess we have to just put Jefferson in the slot here. Defensively, we got 2 players with 10 sacks. Carl Lawson here with 12.5, and Danielle Hunter with 10. So that's kind of surprising, but that's okay. You know, Hunter led us in TFLs, and then Byron Murphy got 4 picks. So not too bad at all. But entering now into year 3, you know, we gotta now really improve this team. We gotta get some more difference makers. Your Super Bowl champions are the Buffalo Bills, winning their first ever title, beating the Niners 34-27. Josh Allen is your MVP. Well, you know, we've had now 2 seasons, and year 1 we were awful. In year 2, we were in first place, and then we lost it. You know, now entering into year 3, can we make some sort of move to really help out this offense or this defense here? Adams here came down as a superstar development, or actually he was a star dev and he grew into a superstar, so that's very good. I see that Justin Jefferson went down to superstar. I'm not going to touch him, though. I am going to play him the slot from now on. I guess that's the way to go. Defensively, Shields here came down as a superstar as well. Actually, he got up to superstar, so wow. So both of our top 2 picks here went up a development trait, and then for the rest of this defense, not too much change here. You know, we still need moves on this defense, but now due to the fact that I think I overpaid for Jefferson, maybe, who knows? We got a really figure things out here. I don't think we're gonna make any re-signings, though I do think that we should go. I'm gonna go through the roster and make any sort of cuts that we need to make. Looking at any sort of new players, we have $34 million. Lewis Seen here, I am not picking up the 5th-year option for, and then for everyone else here, yeah, no, we're good. We're gonna move off of everyone, and we're gonna move forward now. Well, this is the current state of the roster. You know, after I did make a few cuts here, no really big names player besides Josh Oliver that we saved like $6 million with. Across the board of this team, you know, I do think considering to draft a young offensive lineman makes a whole lot of sense. And my dog Lily is just, you know, sleeping away. So sorry if you guys can hear her. But offensive line, I would like to get a young player. And then this defensive line, we need a lot of help in. Harrison Smith, strong safety will become a need eventually. But let's check out this free agency class. We have a good amount of money. We're in the $43 million. Got Tua out here. We got Amari Cooper, Nick Chubb. You know, there's a few good starters, a good punter. We don't need a punter. We're not going to go out to this. We don't need a quarterback. You know, Nick Chubb is an interesting one because Chubb could bring that dynamic to this offense here that, you know, we could desperately need, or we kind of do need. So Chubb should be a consideration here. For this defensive line, though, that's really where I am thinking to get some sort of young talent here. And we could go after Williams here, who's 26 years old. Doesn't have any teams right now. So maybe if we offer him a 5-year deal and he can come in here and be our starting defensive tackle for a few seasons. Yeah, I think we're only going to make a couple signings here. Baron Browning here. He's a good player, but not going to really be the guy that we target. I do think that we're going to go after Nick Chubb, though. I think getting Nick Chubb on this team, we got to get just some good talent on this roster. And hopefully we can get Chubb. And we'll go after Jake Elliott here to be our starting kicker, because we do need a kicker. I feel like that's just good in sim. So we'll go after 3 players. Hopefully roll over right around $40 or $20 million. Chubb did not decide, but we did get a kicker. We did get Moulton Williams, so we helped that out. And with Nick Chubb, though, I am going to bump up the money now. We just need to get him on this team. 5 years, $69 million. Nice. Hopefully with that extra boost here, it gets him, and we do. So we do help out this offense massively here. Now we don't have to really consider Cam Akers as a long-term future player on this team. And that's fine with me. Chubb can do it all for us. But we have the 13th overall pick here. This does seem like a very good draft class, though. You know, there's a big-time receiver here in Dom Reed here. We won't have an opportunity to go get. He's not the fastest, but I see a lot of A's across the board, and I'm just immediately intrigued here. I did really scout mostly this offensive line. I think we're just going to kind of take the best player available. Though we do need help across this defensive line. That is something that I did not focus, I believe, on during free agency. So D-line will be our most pressing need. And if we can get someone here that can kind of stop the run and develop some pass rush, that would be nice. Someone like maybe Mark Harris here, or Milton Harris, 22 years old, strong. Yeah, let's go with Harris here. 13th pick. 89 strength, normal dev, that hurts, and I could have just looked at more prospects, but he looked like an interesting player, at least just with the top 3. Let's sim to the second round here. I'm only gonna make the top 2 selections. I'm gonna let the CPU kind of handle this draft class. Defensive line definitely, but I kind of want to end up with an offensive lineman, so we have Spencer out here, and actually all 3 of the guys that I looked at here, so whoever's the strongest will probably end up drafting. Solid strength here with Spencer. The reason I want to draft an offensive lineman now is so that I don't have to think about it next year. Because we have a couple linemen that are due to new contracts here. And I think we're going to go with the center here. And we're gonna go with Ray Taylor, 21 years old, hidden dev, 88 strength. Probably can play on. He can play every spot in the interior of this offensive line, and I'm happy about that. So, did I jump the gun in the first round? Most likely, but hopefully we got a good lineman to build around for the future. Okay, recap time. Let's see what we got here. 73 overall here with Milken Harris here. He'll be a starter day one. He can rush the passer. He can do a little bit of everything for a defense. Happy about that. And then Ray here, 21 years old. Solid ratings across the board, will be a solid starter. And then we got a linebacker here who's more of an off-ball guy, who we're gonna just move to middle linebacker for our purposes of the scheme. We'll let him play next to Jordan Brooks here, and that does not change his overall at all. Let's see around the league now. Probably could have gotten someone else, but there's Dom Ray here, 79 overall. And there isn't anyone in the 80s here. So not too bad. Not too bad at all. Let's get into year 3. Well, this will be the roster entering into year 3. We got a superstar quarterback. We brought in Nick Chubb here to be, you know, the bell cow of this offense now, and I have high expectations now. When you have two players like Nick Chubb and Justin Jefferson on this team, with Hodges here, Jordan Addison, Cam Akers, you know, we're going to start Ray Taylor at guard for this season just because he has the development trait and stuff. Defensively, this front four is okay, but, you know, hopefully we can handle it. And, you know, we're going to go with the rookie middle linebacker who the CPU drafted. Lewis Seen will be a starter. This will be the specialists. And we're going to give Harris more of an opportunity. So, and I'm putting Justin Jefferson in the slot so then he can actually produce for this offense here. So let's get into year 3. Let's get to the midseason point. And we have actually expectations now. Halfway through this year, we're 3-4. Not where you really want to be. When you have the expectation to go pretty, you know, to at least make the postseason this year. You know, 17 players needing new deals. We have $66 million. I do think moving off of Cam Akers, probably trading him makes a whole lot of sense. Both Andrew Booth and Lewis Seen, they don't want to be here, but we might be able to get a pick for them. Garrett Bradbury here. I don't know if I want to keep a 30-year-old offensive lineman. For Christian Darrisaw, we'll give him this extension. Still have $45 million, to work with. Yeah, a lot of these players I don't really want to bring back at all. Yeah, so let's do this. I think we're going to trade away both Cam Akers, Andrew Booth, and Lewis Seen. They're all-star dev or better. And just try to get maybe a first-round pick. At best, a second-round pick, I would assume. And so we're trading away Cam Akers, Lewis Seen, and Andrew Booth with a third-round pick to get a first-round pick this year from the Houston Texans. So hopefully, you know, those are 3 players that, you know, 2 of them are young, but I just don't see myself building around them for the future. And they didn't want to be here anyways, so might as well just try to get a first-round pick this year. As yet again, we went 8-9 here in year number 3, and that's not good enough. We did kind of have a good second half to this season, but, you know, we got to get over the hump here, and I don't know if it's the defense. I don't know what it is. Adam, better year 2, but not the best. Nick Chubb, 1,300 yards with 13 touchdowns. Happy about that. Jefferson did Justin Jefferson things again, 11 and 12. DJ Hawkinson had 7 and 6. Hodges here had 6 and 4, and then Jordan Addison had 4 and 1. Not a great year for the receiver, but I guess I have no idea. It's only the slot. Danielle Hunter had 7.5 sacks, and we couldn't really generate that much of a pass rush. Harris here did have 23 TFL, so that's very good. And then not too many interceptions. So, you know, as we're going to get into year 4 now, I don't really know what other moves we can make, but we're going to try to make them now. Well, in the rematch from year 1, the Kansas City Chiefs did it again, beat the Atlanta Falcons 37-15. As you guys do see, Malik Harris did win Defensive Rookie of the Year, so fantastic job at least on his end to hopefully get to potentially like star dev or something. You did get 3 upgrades here. And let's actually upgrade him, just because I kind of want him to I want him to become an all-around and excellent player for our defense. So we're gonna put a couple of these into power moves, and then we're gonna put one into run stopping. But Malik Harris here should become an all-around excellent playmaker for this defense. He did go up to star dev, and yeah, he has good power moves. He has solid power moves. He can tackle. He can do everything for a defense. So I'm happy about that at least, but. You know, our young players are developing. Our veteran players are going to regress and move off of. Safety is a massive need for this defense, especially moving off of Lewis Seen. And I believe that Harris most likely retired, Harrison Smith. So, you know, we got to really figure that out. Offensively, Nick Chubb went down a development trait. You know, offensive line is in a quality spot here. Defensive, I mean, I think when you look at this offense across the board, we're set. I don't think we have to do too much. I think it's really focusing on this defense here. Trying to get a new starting safety because no more Harris. Got to get a corner, got to get 2 safeties. I think the linebacking core is set. Maybe get another defensive lineman. We're not too far away, I think. And year 4 is going to be a massive jump. We have $60 million to work with. Jordan Addison will pick up this 5th-year option for. Garrett Bradbury will move off of, and everyone else will also be moving off of. So, not too exciting here in the re-signing phase. Okay, open free agency now. Let's see what we got. We got Deebo Samuel out here. Rodney Stanley. Oh my, we got a... Jason Kelsey's out here. We got a lot of good players out here. Don't need a quarterback. Don't need a running back. But Deebo Samuel. That would be an interesting one to go out and go get. Samuel is definitely going to be on my radar right now. Don't need to do anything else for this offensive line. This defense, though, does need a little bit of help. And a little bit of love would make a whole lot of sense. I think the only player that we could go after would be Justin Manberg. I have no idea how to pronounce his name. We'll give him a 3-year contract, though. Help out, maybe kind of solidify our defensive line here. In terms of the secondary, Roger McCrary here could be a good young starter, but I think we could draft someone. Hopefully we could draft someone. I have no idea. I've not looked at the draft class at all. I never do. So, okay. Do we want some Band-Aids in the secondary? If we want Band-Aids, we'll go after, you know, someone like a Tyrann Mathieu here. Give him a 2-year deal. And then we'll go after Chuck Clark. Give him this 1-year contract. And then after that, we'll go after Deebo Samuel with the remaining cap. Because I would love to bring in a guy like a Deebo just to come in here, be a top tier receiver. Isaiah Hodges we can move off of, we could potentially trade. So we'll give him a 4-year contract. And we are number 1 on the board right now, so, you know, hopefully we get some new Minnesota Vikings on this team. We did get Samuel. We did get our 2 new safeties here, and Justin has yet to make a decision, so... Let's see. What do you say, Justin? Nope. Okay. So we'll go into the draft class, needing a little bit of help across the defensive line, and probably, besides the defensive line, maybe a couple other spots, but D-line is our pressing need. Okay, draft time now. Let's go look at the roster. So what do we need? On the offensive side of the ball, we need a guard. And that's about it. Offensively, we're kind of set with weapons, quarterback, and the rest of this line. Defensively, get another defensive lineman. A 3rd corner would help. A future safety. We do have two first-round picks here. Let's make this really work now. So let's sim to the 15th overall selection. We have the 22nd also pick to work with, which I think one of these we will draft a corner. There were a lot of good corners in this class. So defensive line, is my player still around? I don't think he is. I think he got drafted. It looks like he did. So in terms of this defensive line, you know, Zach here, Perwick here, strong elite strength. Zach could be an excellent just kind of plug and play type of player, or we could try to take a defensive tackle. We have yet to do so. Greg Albury here with A and B or finesse rushing moves. Greg will be the selection here. Hidden Dev, 91 strength, 77 speed, and hopefully Greg can help out this defense a little bit. And then here in this, with our other first round pick, there were a bunch of corners that I liked, and hopefully one of them fell to us. And this will be my last selection. I'll let the CPU handle everything else. So there is Quincy Gardner here, B's across the board. Ed Simmons here, who's 6'4", could be a fun player. Solid speed, not the best, not the worst. What about Quincy here? 21 years old. It says elite speed for him, but he ran slower. Let's go with Quincy though. 21 years old, 95 speed, normal dev though. Helped out the defense a little bit more, and hopefully that can get us over the hump. Okay, draft recap time before we're gonna get into the next season. So Greg here is a 72 overall, but hidden dev does make it up. 80 power moves though. Happy about that. Hopefully he can get on the field somehow. Quincy though, 77 overall, normal dev. Solid corner across the board. He will be our third guy. Got another defensive lineman as well. Ben Langford, 72, hidden dev, can stop the run pretty nicely. Couple 80s here at the top of this draft class, and you know, Divine here, Tevin Divine here would have been the only player that I would have targeted, but didn't scout him. It's all good. Let's get into year 4. This will be the team entering into year 4. You know, you got Justin Jefferson, top tier receiver, one of the best to play right now. You got Nick Chubb, top tier running back. One more can I sit here and say about Chubb, as well as you got Deebo Samuel now on this team. Yeah, someone's gonna get open and someone's gonna make plays. Don't forget, we also have Jordan Addison on this team, who can make a lot of great plays down the field with TJ Hawkinson. You know, offensively, we're a juggernaut. Can we get over the hump now? That's the question. You know, it's kind of all or nothing here. Defensively, you know, we're still kind of a work in progress here, but, you know, with two very good safeties that are kind of just band-aids for right now, I think that can really help out our defense. Now, we drafted a couple young guys here. We're going with a hidden dev rookie that the CPU drafted here, and Chris here. And he's not the best, but hey, he's hidden dev. Get him the playing time. We don't have another lineman. So let's get into year 4. Let's get to the let's get to the midway point here. Let's go see what we can do. This is what I like to see. We're 4-3, first place of this division here. And, you know, we're doing it. Hopefully we can now keep this up. That's the question. We have $7 million. Oh my. Okay, Brian O'Neill I would like to keep. But we got 7 million and we're not gonna really do anything about it. So Brian O'Neill here, we might just tag him and we might not have any money here. So year 4, not gonna make any re-signings, but let's get to the postseason, for the love of God. And the Minnesota Vikings have done it. Here in the wild card round, we will be actually hosting a playoff game here as we went 8-9 here. Another season now. Adam here, what is wrong with him? He went 17 touchdowns, 7 picks here. Not the best season. Nick Chubb led the way with 14-11. Page here added 12 on the ground. Justin Jefferson had 8 and 3. Deebo Samuel added 8 and 11. This offense is a juggernaut, and we're not playing like a juggernaut offense. Surprisingly, we have the 22nd ranked offense. I don't get it. But let's hop into this game here and let's see if we can make any plays. I do want to at least play with the offense a little bit, just because I did construct a team with bringing in both Nick Chubb as well as Deebo Samuel, and hopefully we can just make some plays here. You know, we got Jalen Hurts, Offman here. I forget his first name. You know, two of the better, or one of the better young quarterbacks, and this Philadelphia team here. But we have a great offense here that should be great, that has not been playing great. Philadelphia is Philly. They are one of the better teams in this league, and hopefully with this group of here, we can actually make some plays now. So let's get into this wild card action here in year 4. Want to give you guys a little bit of gameplay. So let's go see what we can do. Okay, let's get to the next quarter here. First quarter here in the wild card action, we go up 7-0 here as Philly answered with a field goal. Now here in the second quarter, we scored another touchdown, and Philadelphia doesn't score. We got 7 more. We're up by 18 now. Philly has the better record, and we're still having a comfortable lead here. We're up by 11 now. And hopefully we don't have a fourth quarter collapse. We're up by 3. We answer with a touchdown, and we were able to pull off the victory here in the wild card action here. First playoff victory here for the Minnesota Vikings, beating the Eagles. So excellent job here. Let's get into the divisional round. I'm not going to go through the divisional round game though, like I did with this game. I did just want to hop in. I always try to hop into at least one playoff game because I had no idea if we will ever get back to the postseason with these teams. So happy though we did win. So let's get into now the divisional round. Divisional round football will be playing against the Atlanta Falcons. Okay, let's see if we can get to the NFC championship game here. And we lost. Okay, so year 4, right? We're in year 4. I believe so. I think we're entering the last year of this rebuild. As you guys can see, it's the Bills versus the Washington Commanders. It's time to go all in, as it looks like the Buffalo Bills beat the Commanders 17-10 in a low-scoring affair. It's time to go all in. It's time to keep these players around. I don't know how much money we will have. Safety is going to be a massive need for this team entering into year 5. So if there's any sort of way to boost that up, it's going to be priority number 1 here. How much money do we have? $36 million. Of course, Adam here will pick that up. I would like to keep Brian O'Neill, and everyone else can go. So O'Neill, can you accept this? And he does not. So O'Neill's tag is 24. We have to give it to him. So we'll enter an open free agency with 12 million bucks. Not a lot to work with here, but safety is our pressing need. Well, let's take a quick look at this roster though. We got our receiver, we have our offensive weapons. I think we have the line. I mean, we could draft a guard, but that's not the pressing need of this team. Safety is absolutely the need of this team. And you could argue in, I guess, defensive line, but we're going to go with the youth there. So if there's any possible way we can add a couple good safeties with 12 million bucks, I hope we can do so. Trey Flowers is out here, and he is a 96 overall X Factor with Cooper Kupp, Derrick Henry, a variety of excellent playmakers. Nothing that we can really go get. It's just, can we get any Kyle Duggar here? Quality safety, you know, why not? Come to this team, be our guy. He wants to be here. And then we have Jordan Whitehead here, or Malik Hooker. If Whitehead does sign this contract, I am more than happy to have him. So those will be the only 2 contract offers we make. Just trying to get 2 new starting safeties. We got Duggar, couldn't get the other safety. Malik Harris now will become our top priority to go get. And Malik Harris also does not sign with us, so free safety is going to be an interesting spot for our team. Geno Stone is out here. We'll offer to him because there's no one else out to go get. And Geno does want to play hardball, so safety is still a massive need, but we're getting into year 5. Let's see what we can do in the last draft class. Well, as we're entering into the draft right now, offensively, still a guard is a need. In terms of safety, definitely could add one. But I think with our 2 picks here that we'll be making, just gonna go with the 2 best players available. Whichever one's intriguing. You know, there were a few safeties that I did like, but I don't think any of them will fall to us. But Paul Payton here, he did fall to us, and he was the guy that I was considering, and Payton will be the selection here. 88 speed, hidden dev. Cool. So we got a good young safety on this roster. Hopefully that can really help us out, and hopefully we can get back to the postseason and actually win a Super Bowl. Our second round selection, we'll take probably a flyer on a guard. You know, we have Malik Hankins here, 22 years old. Don't know all of his blocking ratings, but he will be this selection. 86 strength normal dev. Hopefully like a 72, you know, possibly. Let's get to the recap. Yay, recap time. We made 2 selections, and Paul here, solid player here, 76 overall. Good zone coverage. He can do a little bit of everything at safety. Block shed just needs to go up. Then we got a solid guard here, 72 overall. Not too upset about this draft. Got a couple other solid guys, but top 2 players were excellent, and you know, would have loved to drafted Brian here, but just never had the opportunity to go get him, and it would have been impossible for us to trade up to the 2nd overall pick, or heck, even the 9th overall pick. So, you know, let's get into year 5, the last year of this rebuild, and let's make some moves. Well, this will be the team entering into year number 5, the last year of this rebuild. We got the offense that we love. We got a good offensive line, great receivers. I think the defense is in a quality spot. Solid corners across the board. Going with the rookie safety over Geno Stone. So year 5, let's get into it. We'll sim directly to the postseason. So guys, if you like today's action, please leave a like, comment down below what you thought, and leave any sort of feedback that you guys have for these 5-year rebuilds. They've been a lot of fun. So the game plan with these is that we're gonna move over now to the main franchise. So if you haven't been on the channel that long, that's where I play as one team in here in franchise mode. Play every game, commentate everything, and see what we can do. That first episode will be dropping shortly after this one, probably like the next day or something. But hopefully here in year 5 we can get to back to the postseason. We can't. We're just 8-6 or 8-9. That's what we are. Even with the juggernaut that we put together here, Adam had his best season with 3,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 7 picks. Nick Chubb added 13 and 12 on the ground. Deebo Samuel added 1,018 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson was not Justin Jefferson. Got a bunch of tackles. Malik Harris, 24 TFL, 7 sacks. You know, we got a lot of pressure. We were able to do that at least, but I guess it wasn't enough here for this team. So another rebuild in the books here, but another rebuild where we did not win the Super Bowl or even get to a Super Bowl. We only got to we got to 2 playoff games, only won 1. Yeah, let me know down below which team you would want me to rebuild next. You know, so I'm putting these rebuilds on pause until basically the new year. Once we're gonna get the main franchise established, Probably try to get like through the first maybe 2 seasons, and then we'll kind of go back and forth with these. So I'm excited to get into the new rebuild. That episode will be dropping the day after, whenever this video gets posted. But guys, please leave a like, comment down below what you thought. Let me know down below what your predictions are for which team I'm going to be rebuilding. And as always, guys, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.